Kansas, where Kansas is coming off a very disappointing season, so much so that Jeff Lipo is brought in co-OC Matt Libick from Nevada, and he's brought in the DC. Well, he didn't bring him in; he's an in-house promotion, but he promoted DK McDonald. I believe he was a linebackers coach. He's now the defensive coordinator for Kansas, but definitely had to make some changes in the program. Again, very disappointed coming off a 5-7, 4-5 season. Did not make a bowl game. I thought Kansas was going to be one of the teams to be like one of the powers last season. Did not happen that way. They returned 6 starters, 3 on offense, 3 on defense. I don't know how we still here, but Jalen Daniels returns at quarterback. It just seems like he's been at Kansas forever. He went 171 to 300 last year, 2,454 yards, 57% completion percentage, 14 touchdowns and 12 interceptions, and then another 447 yards and 6 touchdowns on the ground. Dean Miller returns at defensive end, 32 total tackles, 22 solos, 6 sacks, 3 pass breakups. Returned J.D. Withers, a defensive tackle, with 21 total tackles, 16 solos, 3 sacks, and a pass breakup. Tommy Dunn, a defensive lineman who had 16 total tackles, 9 solos, a sack and a half, and a forced fumble. Now, they lose a ton of production on both sides of the ball this season. They lose Devin Neal, a running back who had 219 carries, 1,266 yards, 5.8 a carry, 16 touchdowns on the Saints. Luke Grimm, a wide receiver with 51 catches, 690 yards, and 6 touchdowns trying to make the Chargers. Quentin Skinner, a wide receiver who had 25 catches, 557 yards, and 4 touchdowns trying to make the Jets. And Lawrence Arnold, a receiver who had 26 catches, 360 yards, and a touchdown. Defensively, they lose both their corners. Mello Dotson, 49 total tackles, 39 solos, 6 pass breakups, 5 interceptions, 2 touchdowns, so 2 pick sixes, a forced fumble, and a fumble recovery trying to make the Panthers. And Kobe Bryant, cornerback, who had 37 total tackles, 26 solos, half a sack, 7 pass breakups, 4 interceptions, and a forced fumble trying to make the Falcons. J.B. Brown, a linebacker who had 74 total tackles, 52 solos, 5 sacks, 2 pass breakups, and a fumble recovery trying to make the Broncos. Cornell Wheeler, linebacker with 64 total tackles, 40 solos, 4 pass breakups, an interception, and a forced fumble. Marvin Grant, safety who had 59 total tackles, 40 solos, 3 sacks, 6 pass breakups. Jeremy Robinson, a defensive end who had 22 total tackles, 16 solos, 5.5 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, and a fumble recovery trying to make the Patriots. They were 61st overall in recruiting class, 39th in transfers. They alongside Daniel Hashaw at running back. He is coming back. They do bring in LaShawn Williams, a running back from Iowa, who in 2023 had 170 carries, 821 yards, 4.8 a carry, and a touchdown. Who I saw in an article say he's found his love for football back in Kansas, so salute to him for that. Cam Pickett, a wide receiver from Ball State, who had 49 catches, 528 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Joseph Sipp Jr., a transfer linebacker from Bowling Green, who had 79 total tackles, 42 solos, 7 sacks, 2 pass breakups, and a fumble recovery. And Bryson Canty, a receiver from Columbia, who had 43 catches, 760 yards, and 9 touchdowns. Definitely got to replace the production of those 3 guys from Kansas last season. Last year, they were 37th in total offense, 92nd in total defense, 90th in passing, 13th in rushing, 52nd in scoring offense, 103rd in passing defense, 75th in rushing defense, tied 75th in scoring defense. It's very disappointing last year. But we can get into the schedule, where they start off at home against Fresno State. I have as a win. At home against Wagner as a win. On the road against Mizzou, I have as a loss. At home against West Virginia, I have as a loss. At home against Cincy, I have as a win. On the road against UCF, I have as a loss. On the road against Texas Tech, I have as a loss. Kansas State at home, I have as a loss. Oklahoma State at home, I have as a win. On the road against Arizona, I have as a loss. On the road against Iowa State, I have as a loss. And at home against Utah, that stingy defense, I have as a loss. Having Kansas going 4-8, 2-7 in conference play, having another bad year. Now, I don't think Lipo will be on the hot seat because of this, but I will say the seat is starting to get warm. But it's Kansas football. Like, they don't expect, at least me, I'm not expecting Kansas to be like a bowl game every year. You got to take what you had for what it's worth. You had College Game Day coming to Kansas. Lipo had the feeling restored in Lawrence. I think he's due for like another down year, but he's going to have to rebound quickly after that.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, And also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.